comparison operators and the if-else statements. First, let's look at some code. We've got a JavaScript course variable that we're going to set to true. It's a Boolean variable. And we're going to see how this variable can be tested in an if statement. So in order to use the if statement, we type if followed by parentheses and by a block of instructions that will be executed only if what is between the parentheses here is true. So I'm going to put this variable that we set to true and add an instruction inside. And we can see in the console that the instruction in the block has been executed, and this is the JavaScript course has been printed to the console log. This is because when the thing we test, the expression we test between the parentheses is true, the block of instruction that follows the if statement is executed. If I set the variable to false and run the example again, then nothing is executed because the expression is false and the block of instruction is completely voided. We can improve this example using an else statement. This is not a JavaScript course. Okay. I run it again. And the thing that is executed is the else block of instruction. This is not a JavaScript course. If I set it back to true, you can see that it's a bit like a switch. It prints this is a JavaScript course. Okay, let's see now comparison operators. They are less than, more than, less or equals to, more or equals to, equals equals, that means equals, not equals, that means different, and different versions of these last two operators that are called strict equals and strict not equals operators, and they are written equals 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 and not equals equals. These last two syntaxes are preferred because they will avoid you a lot of errors. I will show the differences in a minute, but consider these last with the three equals and not equals to be the one you must use. Let's see some code now. So I declare the variable age with the value of 1, and I added some if-else statements. So if age is less than 2, print I'm a baby. And you can see that this has been executed because the variable is 1, 1 is less than 2, it's been executed. I can add some else if statements. If age is 10, then in that case I will go to the else statement and I will test again if in this case the age is less than 18. If this is the case, I'll print I'm a child. And this works too, only the second case has been executed. The if block of instruction has been ignored, and the second if block of instruction has been executed. I can chain the else if statements like that. And you can notice that I added at the end only an else statement without an if behind. This means when all the other cases are false, please come here. So if I set my age to be 70, then in that case, all the tests will be false and I will execute the block of instructions that is just after the last else, and it prints I am old. I can also try if the variable has some exact value using the equal operator. So if I set the variable to be 72, then this test is true, and it prints I am 72 in the DevTool console. We can also use more than one test at once using logical operators. The double ampersand here is the AND operators. So this will be true only if age is more than 12 and less than 14. So if I set the variable to 13, it will print I'm a young teenager because both tests here, superior to 12 and less than 14, are true. I can use also the OR operator. In that case, it will be true if one of the two are true. Let's try with age equal 8. With age equal to 8, this is false, age superior to 12, but age less than 14 is true. It prints I'm a young teenager. Finally, let's have a look at the triple equals operator. If I set the age to be 72, but as a string, like this, it prints, let me clear the DevTool console and execute again, it prints I am 72, because the age variable that is a string has been converted implicitly to a number. If I use the triple equals sign, then it does not print anymore I am 72 because age as a string has not been converted to a number. And trust me, it's much better to use the triple equals operator. It will avoid you many errors like considering a string as a number and so on.